Hello beautiful soul, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy you are here. Today's practice is a really beautiful practice. Today we are focusing on our root chakra, Muladhara. This chakra is really all about grounding and centering, reclaiming our right to be here, connecting with our body, feeling ourselves supported by the earth. The element of Muladhara is earth, and this chakra is located at the very base of our spine. It is the first chakra. And so it's a really important chakra to have healthy and open and balanced, because all the other chakras are on top of it. So this is our foundation, this is our base. So we're going to get in touch with getting really rooted and grounded today, feeling ourselves here, feeling ourselves supported, connecting with the body, connecting with the self. So I'm really excited to get started. So if you are ready, you are dressed in some comfy clothes, you've got a spot, go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. We will begin sitting today. So whatever that looks like for you, make sure that you are comfortable enough that you can feel yourself be supported by the earth. So if you need to place blocks, you can sit on a block and raise your hips. That can be helpful, or a pillow works just as well. You can place a block or a pillow under your knees if you need some extra support there, and that is great. So find a position with any support you need to add in so that you can feel yourself sitting here and being supported and being held and being safe right here, right now with us together. So take a big breath in and let your breath out. And if you want to close your eyes, I always encourage you to close your eyes when we're focusing on our mind and on our breathing at first. If that doesn't feel safe for you, though, of course you can leave them open. It's completely up to you. But we're going to begin to bring our attention to our breathing here. And see if you can start to slow it down. If that feels comfortable, begin to slow down the breath. And let yourself come to this present moment. Let anything else go that might be nagging at your thoughts. And bring your attention back to right here, right now. This is exactly where you are supposed to be. You are safe, you are supported. And we're going to start to imagine that we have roots growing from ourself, our body, down into the earth beneath us. So from where you're sitting and where you can feel your body connecting to the ground, imagine you have this extensive and beautiful root system growing down, connecting you to the earth. And from the roots, we can grow up taller through the spine, up taller through the top of the head, and feel the body growing tall and strong. And make sure that your chest is open here to allow the heart to welcome in all the love and all of the gratitude for our body that we have, and feel how strong and proud your body is for being here and being connected to the earth below you. And let's just take a few breaths here with this visual of the roots growing below us and ourselves growing from those roots and growing up tall and strong. Breathe. And now, if you want to, you may open your eyes. We're going to roll over our knees onto our tabletop position, all fours. Wrists are right under the shoulders and knees are right under the hips. And we're going to begin with some gentle cat-cows. So with an inhale, you can look up, opening your chest and letting your belly drop. And exhale, curling in, feeling your whole spine curling and waking up. And you can look towards your belly button here. And then inhale, looking up, dropping the belly down. And exhale, reverse that, curling in. And now come back and find a neutral spine. And we're going to curl our toes under and walk ourselves back to sit on the heels. This is one of my absolute favorite positions to go in, just because I feel like our feet do not get that much love or opportunities to open and stretch, and they do everything for us. And especially right now, because we're focusing on our root chakra, our feet so much of the time are how we are connected to the earth, how we move our body around in space. And so the feet are really important and they deserve some love. So we're going to just give them a little bit of opening opportunity right here. And if this is really uncomfortable, that's normal, because we do spend so much time in shoes and don't give our feet this chance. But if it becomes too much for you, of course, let yourself come out of the position and just let the feet go, shake them out, and then you can even rock back on them a little bit if you want to kind of just reverse that. And we'll all do that right now anyway, so shake out your feet. And then we're going to place our hands back down, curl the toes back down, and we're just going to lift the knees off the mat and hover here in a hovering tabletop position for just a moment. And engage the abdominal muscles. Inhale. And with an exhale, we're going to bend the legs a lot and come back all the way with the hips so that you're sitting on your heels, but the knees are still hovering. And you can press into your hands to find some length and opening in the spine here. And then with an inhale, we're going to rock forward, come back over the hands, and once again, exhale, rock back. And you can even open your knees wider and bring your heels in towards each other if that feels good. Just whatever feels good. And this time we're going to come forward, inhale, hovering knees, exhale. Now we're going to bring the hips up and come into a downward dog. And let's walk the feet. So bend one leg at a time so we can gently wake up the back of the legs and the heels and the ankles there. So we're walking the feet, bending one at a time. And remembering to inhale and exhale deeply. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to roll through the spine to come all the way forward into a high plank pose. Again, the shoulders are right over the wrist. And you can always lower your knees here at any time. But we're going to slowly lower ourselves all the way down so that the belly is on the mat and the chest is on the mat. And then release your feet. And we're going to bring our hands a little bit forward so that we can come up onto our forearms into this baby cobra. And feel yourself placing the hands on the mat and gently pulling on the ground so that you can find more opening in your chest. And feel what that's like to actually let the earth pull you forwards. Let yourself be here, be supported, and then opening wider with the chest. Opening yourself up to being supported here. Inhale, grow through the top of the head. Exhale, go ahead and lower yourself down. Press yourself back to a tabletop position. Curl your toes under and come back to downward dog. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. And this time we're going to bring the right foot forward between the hands. So we're in a high lunge position here. And then we're going to bring the fingertips up onto the earth, and then see if you can, now you can always stay here, but if you want to keep going, see if you can lift your chest off of your knee, off of your thigh. The hands can just hover for now. Make sure that the hips are staying as even as they can, and then bring the arms forwards on a diagonal. Again, you can do this with the knee lowered if that's more comfortable for you. Bring the arms up all the way to the top, reach them up, and then feel the connection between the feet and the ground. And then also notice if your left hip is coming forwards or if it's wanting to open. We want to try to find an evenness in the hips here. And now we're going to bend the bottom knee and bring the hands down. You can make little fists here. Bring them down to your hips as we bend the bottom knee down to the ground, and then we're going to stretch it back up and then bring the arms back up. And again, if you're already on the ground, y'all, just bring the hands in and have a little bit of an effort with your arm movement here, okay? So it just kind of like an imagined effort here where you're connecting with this mind muscle, and you can feel as though you're kind of moving through molasses or something. And then stretch the arms up, reach tall, and then exhale, bend the knee, bring the hands in. Let the air out. And then exhale, or inhale, reach up. And then grow a little bit taller, and you can take a very, very, very gentle back bend, reaching the arms more up and back than straight back. So it's very slight. And then come back, place the hands on either side of the knee, or the foot, or the knee. Lower the back knee if you haven't already. And then we're going to move our hands to the inside of the right foot and shift the right foot out a little bit towards the edge of the mat. And now we're going to open our toes and turn our knee open so that our weight on the right leg is kind of on the outside of the right foot. And then you can place your hand on your right thigh and give it a gentle opening of the hips here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just a little opening of the hips. And then go ahead and release that and walk it back in. And then we're going to go the opposite way. So bringing the hips back over the knee of the left leg. Flex your toes up, and the right leg is relatively straight. You can bend it if you need to. We're going to take an inhale and grow up a little bit taller through the spine. If you need blocks here, this is a great opportunity to use blocks on either side of your leg. You can do it this way, you can do it a little higher, because we want to try to have our hips again even here. And then exhale, bending forwards. Again, you can use blocks, or you can have your hands on the ground. Exhale. Inhale. Feel that stretch of the right leg. Now, on the next inhale, we're going to come back to our lunge on the right leg. Place the hands on the mat, and then take your right leg to go next to your left and step back into a downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Let's roll through our spine again to a high plank. Lower down, chaturanga, all the way down to the mat. You can place your knees down if you need, and then lift up to a full cobra, or you can do a baby cobra, of course, if that still is feeling better for you. Inhale, press the shoulders down. Exhale, lower the chest back down, and coming through our tabletop, we're going to return to a downward dog and take another big deep inhale here. And exhale. This time we're going to bring our left foot forward between our hands, and then shift your weight gently so that you're on your fingertips. And then remember, you can either lower your back knee here for more support and stability, or you can keep the knee lifted. But either way, we're going to come up off of our front knee, so our chest is hovering, the fingertips can be hovering here. Check in with your hips, check in with your knee being right over your ankle and not coming inwards or outwards. And then bring the arms up on a diagonal, and then come all the way up with the chest. Inhale, exhale, bring the fists to the hips, lower the back knee. Inhale, reach back up again. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, lower the back knee. Bring the hands to the hips. And then exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up again. And now reach up taller, taller, taller. Slightly growing back. Slightly, slightly, slightly. Opening the chest, opening the hips. Breathing. And then exhale. Place the hands on either side of the foot. Lower the back knee if it's not already down. And then we can shift that left foot out a little bit and turning our weight onto the outside of the left foot. so we can gently, ever so gently, put some pressure onto our left leg, opening that hip more. And breathing. Finding length through the spine, length from the hip to the knee. And then walk that foot back in, and we can step back to our downward dog. And we're going to roll through the spine one more time, lowering down to the floor, coming up to an upward dog or cobra, and then shifting back into downward dog, please. Inhale and exhale. Lift both the heels up, and let's place them back towards the right. So move them over to the right, place them back down. You can take a little bend in your knees and find more length in your side body. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale to the left. Bend the knees, lower the heels. Press through the right hand. And then bring the heels back up and towards center. And we're going to walk to the top of the mat or to the middle of the mat. And we're going to take a little forward fold here. So inhale, come halfway up, finding a straight spine for you, and then exhale, releasing over the body. You can have or over the legs, I should say, you can have your legs as bent as you want. And see if you can release it all. And then from here, we will bend the knees a little more and roll up through the spine all the way up to standing. Grow tall, shoulders come up, back, and down. Now we're going to shift our weight onto our left foot. So you may want to find a spot to focus your eyes on that can help us with balancing, but you can also stop anywhere along the way that feels good. So while we get into the position, you can have your hands on your hips, or you can have your hands in prayer at center. And then we're going to lift our heel up on the right foot. Now, you can either leave your right foot on the mat and move it in just by the left ankle, or you can bring it off of the floor so that all of your weight is on your left foot. Either way is fine. This is great. It gives you 2 points of weight distribution, so it's a little more stable. But if you're feeling ready and you're feeling balanced today, you can bring your right foot either up to like your shin or calf, or you can bring it all the way up to your inner thigh and come into this tree pose up here. And we can have our hands on our hips, or we can bring them to our heart center. And I just love this pose for grounding because once again, we can imagine the root. The root is growing down from our foot, your left foot or your left and your right foot if your both feet are on the ground. Imagine that root system once again, grounding you, connecting you to the earth, supporting you and supporting your growth. Supporting your growth on this planet. Now, if you want, you can grow your branches. I love to grow my branches out. Imagine I'm just this big tree just growing and blossoming. When you have a strong foundation, when you have a strong root, you can grow into whatever it is that you want to grow into, or whatever it is that you're meant to grow into. So grow tall. And bring the hands back together. Release the foot. Knee coming up, and shake that leg out just a little bit. And then place it right next to the left. Shake out the legs, walk out the legs. We're going to do the other side. So when you're ready, we can shift our weight over to the right side. Lift the left heel up. And once again, you guys, you can either stop right here, keeping the left foot on the floor, or you can bring it up to your shin or your calf, or you can bring it all the way up. Just try not to put it directly on your knee is all. Right on the middle of the upper thigh is good. And then bring your hands either to heart center, or you can have them on your hips, and find that spot to focus your attention. And then we can grow our branches, and imagine the roots going down into the earth from our foot, and then allowing us to grow up strong. We have a strong foundation, a strong root, so we can blossom. Now we can bring our hands back into heart center, release that foot, shake out the leg a little bit, and then step either to the middle or the top of your mat. Feet are hips distance apart. From here, we can reach up nice and tall, reach up tall, growing from the bottom of the feet. Open the arms wide and grow over or bent over your legs. And again, you can have bent legs, you can have straight legs. Now we're gonna open our feet, so the toes are pointing out, the heels are pointing in, and the feet are about the distance of the mat. And we're gonna come down to Shavasana or yogic squat. And if this is not accessible for you to come all the way down, you can stop anywhere along the way here. You can even rest your arms on your knees and just work on opening those hips a bit. But if you are down here, you can come all the way down to a yogic squat, and you can place your hands at heart center and let the elbows help open those legs, and then find a straight for you spine growing up as much as you can, and then breathe in and breathe out. And feel yourself come back to this moment. Once again, be supported by your own body and by the earth below you. And then we're going to gently sit our hips back down. Let the knees come in together, and the feet can still be about hip distance apart. Grow up through the spine. Inhale and exhale. We're going to lower down onto our back with the knees bent. Bring the feet in so they're about a hip's distance from our sitting bones and about hip's distance from each other. And you can place your hands next to your hips, and we're going to come into just a gentle bridge pose. Inhale, exhale, feel the lower spine connect with the earth if possible. And on the next inhale, we can lift just our hips off of the mat, up through the spine, lifting one more vertebrae at a time as you kind of roll through the spine, lifting the hips up, and check in that the knees are staying right over the ankles and not coming too far in or opening out to the side. And you can use your hands for support here if you want to press your hands into the ground. Growing tall. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down to the earth, lower all the way back down to the earth, and let the knees fall side to side, right to left, just gently drifting side to side. And then find center once more. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale, exhale, feel the belly go back towards the spine, and feel the back of the lower back or the lumbar spine connecting with the earth. Hands are down, pressing into the ground, and then the hips can lift up. Remember, check in with the knees. Sometimes they like to come in towards each other. We want to try to keep them right over the ankles. Engage the glutes here. Lift the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, roll through the spine, lowering back down. And then go ahead, let the knees fall side to side a few times, and then come back to center. Let's bring our knees into our chest, hug them right into the chest, and then when you're ready, you can let them fall open to Shavasana, our final resting pose, and let your arms fall open, palms up. Inhale deeply and exhale. Let yourself sink into the earth. If it feels safe, please close your eyes, but you can always leave them open if that's more comfortable for you. Now, in this position, I want you to feel completely supported on your body. So see how much you can release into this position of being held right here. And you can say this in your head or you can say it out loud, but repeat this after me and say to yourself, I am safe. I have purpose. My body is strong. I am supported. I am rooted. I am grounded in my body. I claim my space. And let yourself release even deeper into being held if you can. Notice the way your body feels against the ground, against the mat. Notice what it feels like to let yourself be heavy. Now, if you have more time, please stay here and rest and feel this feeling of being completely supported and held. But if you want to close out the practice with me, we are going to roll over to one side and press ourselves up to a seated position. And you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. And place your hands palms down on your knees and use this as one more point to center and ground down and grow up through the top of the head. Breathing in, growing taller, breathing out and rooting down more, feeling more grounded and more centered and more supported here. And feel strong in your body. Feel safe that your body will take care of you and carry you. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring our arms open and wide. Big inhale in, exhale. We're going to give ourselves a big hug and hold yourself and feel the pressure of your own arms holding you, supporting you, taking care of you. Your own body there to protect you. Everything you need is within you. Inhale, open your arms back up again. And exhale, place the palms back on the knees. Grow taller. Imagine that root system growing down below you once more. And thank yourself and your beautiful body for joining me here today, for taking this time for you. Thank you so much. I am so grateful to get to practice with you today. So take this grounding with you and remember that you are supported, you are loved, and you are here for a reason. Thank you so much.